Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast, and welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Live in New Jersey, B16. Friend with a car takes us to Letchworth Village in New York. Live close to NJ/NY border. Abandoned insane asylum. Messed up shit happened there. Lobotomies, patient abuse. Even a nurse put a dead patient in the basement rafters. About 100 buildings spread across a few acres. Most of them are abandoned and falling apart, one completely. Been there once before in a foot of snow at 12 a.m. Wasn't scared at all. Finally, get to the building. Get out of the car. Overcoming feeling of dread comes over me. Keep in mind it's daytime. Never been in this building. This one contains the morgue. Walking around inside, pretty dark. I'm scared shitless. Friends decide to go up the stairwell to the next floor. Almost to the top of the staircase. Something crashes onto the floor above us, and we can hear something moving. Fucking nope. Nope down the staircase that's covered in chairs, papers, etc. Realize it was probably a raccoon. Not so scared anymore. Another story of the same place, just more recent. Me and 3 friends go there again. 2 of them were from the last story. About a year after the last story. At night, driving around the area trying to find a place to park that's close to the building we want to go in. Same building as last time. An old road that isn't maintained anymore used to be open to people to walk their dogs through the complex. Road closed sign, can't go that way. Turn around and sit there for a sec. Hear a guy laugh like a lunatic. Sounded kinda distant, so I pay no attention to it. Start driving back to the main road, slowly, so that our one friend who hasn't been there yet can see the buildings. In the back seat with her. She opens her window. We're approximately by where the laugh came from. Tell her to close the window and say it's cold. She's not closing the window. Tell them the real reason why I want it closed. No one believes me. The friend who's driving rolls down my window and drives slower. Fucking nope, nope, nope. Later that night we got caught by cops as we were walking back to the car. We were almost off of the closed road too. Only got charged with trespassing, all minors. Turns out a friend had a bag of weed in the same pocket of his wallet that his driver's license was in. That spooked me more. A few days later, the friend who was in the passenger seat tells me she needs to talk to me. When we see each other, she says, "Hey, Anon, remember when we were at Letchworth the other day?" "Yeah, why?" "Well, Heather, one of our friends, was at Letchworth last night with some people, and when they were in the building we were in, she said they all heard some older man laugh from the floor above, then a window breaking, and then a little girl crying." Oh shit. Remember the one cop who got us the other night said they were cracking down real hard on the trespassing? Yeah, and then all of a sudden there were cops all over the place, so they ran, and thankfully didn't get caught. She said there might have been other people in there too. Get the chills. Y'all should have listened. Thank God I got caught. Now I have a reason to never go back anytime soon.
Contributing cause these threads are the only reason I go on /x/B12 living in a rural area. About 20 or so yards from my house is the tree line. A little behind the tree line is an old shack us and the neighbors used for storage until the floor began to rot. The shack has been there since before our houses were. The neighbor's daughter told me they found old, creepy Ragdolls in the shack when they first moved in. OK.jpg. My friend and I play in the woods a lot, make a lot of paths back there for exploring and airsoft. Make a path beside the shed. On the way in, we see one of the Ragdolls strewn out the backside of the shed. Anon. I hate Ragdolls. They're freaky. Me too. Continue making our path until we connect it to one we've already cleared out. Getting dark, so we start heading in. Get to the shed, and Anon starts freaking out. "Dude, what the fuck?" Points at the doll very dramatically. It's sitting up facing the way we had to come back through the trail. leaning against the shed as if someone moved it. So that shit was staring at us. The last time we saw it was a good 2 or 3 meters away from the shed, just laying there, as random debris would. Get home and tell our parents. They just tell us we probably forgot what position it was in. My first thought was that someone was messing with us, be it our neighbors or my parents. But that didn't make too much sense because there's an old wire fence that's probably chest height surrounding the back of the area. And the only way to get to where the doll was through the shack, which my dad fell through the floor of. I don't know who'd go through all that trouble just to mess with us.
Okay, this is the first time I've ever posted this, although I've been on /x/ for about a year now, but this happened last October. Bee hunting. Be with dad and brother. Be muzzleloader season. See 3 to 5 deer come out of the bush running playfully at our hunting shack. I grab the gun and get my scope on them, find the biggest one, and wait. They get really close, like 30 yards. I shoot the one I was watching, obviously hit him. He and his friends take off into the field. My dad starts reloading the muzzleloader. We see my deer drop. My dad shoots another deer who is standing in the middle of the field. We think we see my deer stand up. It looks like white though, like smoke. Holy shit, it's a ghost. My brother and dad both agree with me that it's a fucking ghost. It hops away into the woods like a deer would. We go check it out. My deer is laying there dead. Thanks for reading. This is 100% truth, and I talked to my dad recently about this and he still wonders what that was.
Be me at 14, living in a house with my room upstairs. My bedroom window facing the neighbor's porch, presumably an old man living there alone. In my 14 years, I never saw him. The house looked abandoned. I doubted he's even real. Late winter night around 2 a.m. and I can't sleep. Look through my window. The neighbor is sitting in the chair on his porch, looking straight at me. I'm frozen in fear, afraid to move, shitting my pants. Unfreeze, nope the fuck away from the window. Too afraid to close the curtains. Lay in bed for about 10 minutes, then peek through the window again, hoping he was gone. Nope, still there, looking right at my window. Nearly fainted from the fear. Close the curtains. Put some comedy on TV, trying to forget about all this. Still only fall asleep at sunrise when I felt safe. Wake up. Don't dare looking through the window. Usual day. Come home later that day. See an ambulance. Immediately know it has something to do with the neighbor. Parents tell me the neighbor died. Sitting on the fucking porch. Chills down my spine. Questions through my mind. Did he die while looking at my window? Was he dead the whole night? Glad I didn't look through the window in the morning. At least I can pretend he didn't die while looking at my window. Never told my parents what I saw that night. Too freaked out. Could barely sleep for the whole week after that.
Live in this massive house. Look up Winchester Manor like that but miniature. Basically, it's that big. I have 4 gun safes because land of the free. America. One night, the power is out. I wake up to banging at my front door. Grab my pistol I keep by my bed. For the commandos out there, it's a CZ-75 SA. Naturally, I begin the walk down the massive hallway to reach my front door. I get there. By the way, the house is 2 floors. I look over the banister. The door is kicked open. Go to the gun safe closest to me and retrieve a shotgun with a flashlight on it. Make my way down all the hallways. Go to check on all my gun safes. Gun safe 3 is wide open and my AK-74 is missing along with other random shit. Armed home intruder. Fuck. I'm now home alone in my massive house with another man who is armed. Make my way upstairs to check around. My flashlight is so shitty you can't see the ends of the halls in my house, so naturally I'm scared about going down them. It's a game of cat and mouse, but there's 2 cats. It's tense because occasionally wood creaks and I hear movement above me and below. Going down a hallway downstairs when I can hear rustling from one of the guest bedrooms. Get to the door. Stack up .jpg. Kick that shit in. There he stands at 6'4". He's wielding my AK. The urge to not shoot him comes over because holes in my AK, but whatever. Blow his shit away. .jpg. The cops that come by say that he's been guilty of around 4 Chris Chans and 8 assaults in the area.
B9. In Honduras with family. Go to a local river with cousins to hang around. Find some cool stones with white lines all over them. Put a bunch in a vest to take home. One of the locals says they're spirit rocks or something. Whatever. Go home and try to poke a hole in them with a knife to make a necklace. I was 9 and dumb. Fail, so put the box of rocks under my bed. Go to sleep but wake up at some point in the night. Couldn't see anything until my eyes adjusted. See what looks like a person but with stick-like arms and legs at the door. Pick-related. Think it's a mannequin or something my mom had in the room. Shared room with parents. Ignore it and try to sleep. Look up after like 5 minutes with my eyes closed and it's halfway across the room. Try to convince myself it's a mannequin of some sort, but there was no way. Looks completely black, still with the pick-like form, but more body-like. It's hard to explain. Looked like it had a hood covering its whole head. Seriously scared by now and just stare at it from the bed. Doesn't move, but I can feel like it's staring back. Don't want to scream because I felt like it would attack me. My parents' bed is next to mine, so I try waking them up, but they were fast asleep. Take one last look, and it looked like it was closer this time, so I slowly crawled into their bed. Pull the covers over and eventually fall asleep. Wake up the next morning and the box was gone. My parents tell me it was a dream. No way it was a dream. I remember the whole day perfectly, especially trying to make a hole in those things. Fuck Honduras.
Contry bumping with some minor nopes. Before green texting, let me describe the scene where all the noping takes place. I currently live in a semi-rural area, Highlands, 30 minutes away from the city by car. Small woods nearby. Few neighbors, but my house is placed between unoccupied lands and this house still under construction. Anyways, I'm quite isolated. I live alone in a small cabin with my 2 dogs. They have their own mini cabin, and they sleep outside when it's not freezing or raining, mostly because I live alone and have no fences around my land, and they're the best security ward one can have in the woods. Let me add, they bark almost every night. At first I used to freak out a lot, but with time I learned to distinguish their barking. Like when they were barking to something in a playful way, like other dogs that sometimes wander around, people that pass by the front lane regularly. It sounded different to when they were defending the house from intruders, like horses, vehicles, or strangers that come looking for me for whatever reason. Now to the nopes. Be me having dinner. Dogs are out this particular night 'cause it's spring. Watching TV while eating my pasta. Dogs start barking, they sound distant. Think they must be barking to someone on the front yard, as usual. Across the lane there's this huge water cistern for everyone who needs it. People come all the time with their trucks to pump water for their lands. Don't hear any car sounds. Must be a person then. Dogs won't shut up. Resume eating. And go to my front window to shush them before they annoy a possible neighbor. Open the window, dogs barking to apparently nothing. Okay. Anon paw. Anon pow. Shut up and come here. Now. They both look at me for a second, then continue to bark. Look around. Not much light, but enough to scan the front properly. There's nothing. No animals, no humans. Dogs are at the entrance of the property, viciously barking to nothing. Weirded out, not common doggy behavior. As I explained earlier, my land has no fences around, but I planted some bushes and plants that act as natural fences. Think that perhaps something is behind those bushes and I can't see it from where I am. Hesitate. Dogs won't stop barking, won't attack either, nor respond to my callings. Man up and decide to go check what the fuck is behind those bushes. Bring the shovel just in case I have to kill or scare something. Mostly I'm just afraid of finding a massive snake, tarantula, possum, or something of the like. Open the door, go outside. Start walking towards the entrance. Dogs continue to bark without caring about my presence. Usually they would come greet me or get into the house. Get to the bushes ready to smash heads with my shovel, but there's nothing. Feel a small breeze on my face. The dogs sprint back to the house. The door closes loudly behind them. Metal door. Still puzzled, stand in the entrance for a moment. Dogs barking again, now inside the house. Go back, the door is locked from the outside. Have to get in through the window. Anon paw. Anon pow. Just shut up. Now. One of them finally listens to me and comes by my side. She's stressed, like gasping with her tongue out, crying a bit. I pet her and she calms down a little. The other dog is still barking at this corner of the house where there's fucking nothing but the TV I left on. Turn it off, the dog still won't shut up. Seriously spooked by this time. I open the door and tell Anon Pow to go out. As soon as I open the door, he sprints back outside, still barking. Anon Paw stays with me inside and sleeps with me in bed. She seems a bit uneasy for the rest of the night. Anon Pow continued to bark for like an hour, and then apparently went to sleep. I managed to sleep despite all of my spooks. Another time. Minor nope. Be taking a shower. The bathroom has this sliding wooden door that makes, well, the sound that sliding wooden doors do when opened or closed. The shower is on the opposite wall from the door, meaning I'm back facing the door while bathing, soaping my ass off when I hear the door slide open. Look back, the door is in fact open. My face when I live alone. I close it as fast as possible, wash the soap off and resume showering. As I'm about to step out of the shower, hear the door sliding again. Look back, but it's still closed. My face when the kitchen has the same wooden sliding door. Put on my flops, cover up, run to the kitchen. The window is wide open. There's sand on the floor under the frame, not like a footprint of sand, but like an actual handful of sand that someone placed there. Still, the dogs did not bark once. Nope again and lock everything. Still can't make sense out of this one.
Be 10 years old or so, ages ago. Summer camp with Boy Scouts. We slept in a wooden cabin in the forest, with a fireplace and a lake nearby. Spent days playing around the lake, skipping stones, kids stuff. One day we are at the lake. A huge black mass rises from the water, then sinks back into it. It looked like a whale's back, if you know what I mean. Pick related, but without the fin. It happened within 1 or 2 seconds. Only a few kids saw it. Nope.org. We run to the group leaders and tell them what happened. They don't believe us. That evening, they tell us to pack our belongings. Apparently, there was a misunderstanding with the owner of the cabin, and we couldn't stay any longer. Spend the rest of the summer camp somewhere else. I was a dumb shit back then, so I didn't realize that what the camp leaders told us that evening was a load of bullshit. I told my parents what I saw when I got home, but they didn't really care. Years pass, and I kind of forget about what we saw at the lake. One day, driving by myself in my dad's car, suddenly I realize the area around me is familiar. Turn into a dirt road leading to the cabin. Most of the area still looks the same. The cabin was still in good shape, as was the fireplace. No one was there, but it looked like this place was still in use. Remember the lake and decide to drive further up the dirt road. You know that feeling when an old memory you didn't even realize you forgot suddenly comes back with the force of 1,000 suns. That's what happened to me right there. Arrive at the lake and get out of my car. There's a fence with barbed wire on top all around the lake, making it impossible to get near the water. Signs on the fence that say, "No entry, criminal offense, blah blah blah." Get chills down my spine? Nope.og for the second time in my life at the same place. Get in my car and get away from there. Haven't been back there since. Don't exactly know the location of the cabin either.
Be around 14 years old in suburbia, Wisconsin. I used to hang at the youth center until 9 almost every night during the school year. It was a few miles across town, so it was always a long, dark walk. Every now and then, when I was walking home, I'd see the silhouette of a man on fire at the end of the block, but it was always gone by the time I reached it. Made me feel uneasy. Things start showing up more frequently, starts appearing in my house some nights, on the enclosed porch sitting at the piano. Go to bed one day, feeling paranoid. Fall asleep, nightmares. Wake up, the thing is looming over me. Fucker's like 7 feet tall and looks like someone chopped off the front portion of his face, kind of like a re-dead. I can't move at all except for turning my head. Sleep paralysis. He has a hole in his abdomen and I feel like I'm being sucked in, like I'm about to fall into the thing. Look away from him, thinking I'm dreaming, and I see myself asleep in bed. Anon. If you don't do something, you're going to die. Finally force myself to frantically fling my arm in the direction of the thing. It's gone. Just a sense of disoriented relief. Haven't seen it since. What could it have been? I know I'm not a schizo, but I try my best to exhaust logic before I shout supernatural at something.
24 years old. Working night security detail at a construction site. Early days, so only the husks of the floors are built, and there's supplies and shit everywhere. Hence me guarding here. Patrolling around when I see a guy in a hoodie creeping about the site. I call out at him, and he looks up and books it like a Kenyan deeper into the site. I give chase, eventually following him up the stairs to the second floor. Have him in sight the whole time. This shitty Jipo is mine. Chasing him down the edge of the building when suddenly I hear footsteps running at me from the side. Shit. A second guy. Next thing I know, the second guy has rammed me with all his speed. I plummet off the side of the building into a pile of steel posts. Try to pull myself up, but soon realize one of the posts has slammed right through my side. Starting to freak out when the guy I was running down actually comes back to help me. He uses my mobile to call an ambulance and stays with me in the ambulance. I ask him where the hell his friend came from and ran to. He tells me he was alone and just chancing his luck. Tells me that while he was running from me, he turned because he heard me get hit, and all he saw was a figure looking over the side at me, then fading away. CCTV coverage confirms there was no third guy on the site. Sadly, there was no CCTV in the actual building at the time, so I have no idea what hit me. But thanks for the month off work, I guess.
As I moved out from my parents, I moved into a beautiful apartment with my best friend. We were told the lady who used to live there died in there, but that lady was pretty old, and old people die. And maybe in every apartment somewhere someone died, so we did not care about that. Like I just said, the apartment was beautiful and we loved it, despite the fact we couldn't close the bathroom door without violently smashing it into the frame. If we didn't close it with a key, it kept opening by itself. We did not really bother about it, and even joked about our bathroom ghost. After 3 months, we had enough money to buy a new drawer for our bathroom, and as we removed the old one, which had been there already as we moved in, we found slightly red stains on the floor. We tried to clean them away, but it wouldn't work. We told our best friend, and he mentioned the old lady, and asked if we knew in which room she died. Our landlord had a little store, and we used to buy there, since he was a pretty nice young man. One day we had a little chat, and I somehow managed to talk about the lady who used to live there. He told me about her being a nice and calm lady with no family, despite a sister who used to visit her from time to time. He also told me he used to bring her some bags with goodies every week. One day she did not open the door, and he got suspicious, but thought she could have been out with her sister. He tried for 3 days in a row when he got afraid. He got the second key to the apartment door, so he decided to just go in and look at her. He found her dead. I immediately said, "In the bathroom," and he just looked at me and asked if we had found those stains. He just couldn't remove them fully, no matter what he tried, and said he would like to lower our rent, but he couldn't go any lower, and I admit it was a bit cheap. I told my friend about it, and we agreed to just keep that door open when nobody's in there, and nothing ever happened despite what happened all the time before.
My only nope story. Quick context. I work as an armed security guard in the industrial district of my city. Get off work at 3 a.m. in the morning. I am tired as hell, and coffee isn't helping anymore. I get over to my car and clear my pistol, but stick the magazine back in. So, all I have to do is rack the slide and I'm ready to shoot again. Start driving home. About 10 minutes into the drive, I notice a car following me. Headlights off. Okay, weird, but whatever. The car follows me onto the freeway. I'm starting to get slightly paranoid. What the fuck, Pepsi? Why are you following me like this, and why are your headlights out? Drive home. Love driving this late and early. No traffic whatsoever. And this car is still following me. My hands start shaking a little. This, not good, comrade. Use my right hand to rack the pistol. I drive past my street, and this car now has me officially nervous. I give up on trying to shake this guy and stop in front of my house while still watching, and it parks with me. Take a deep breath. This is it, .jpg. Place my right hand on my pistol, open the door, and button hook to face my follower. Gone. Nope. Skitter to my condo faster than a fat kid chasing cake. This car followed me for about an hour and a half. I could not see who was driving or what they looked like. Didn't even catch the license plate. Scared the hell out of me for a month.
Not sure if this counts, but it's happening right now and it's very real. I'm freaked out. Decide to watch some X-Files a few days ago and randomly select Zero Sum, the one where swarms of bees are attacking people. A postal worker is killed by them in the bathroom in the first part. Come home last night and see a dead bee in the bathroom near the toilet. What the fuck? That's a weird coincidence. Why the hell is there a bee in here this time of year? Dispose of the corpse. Several hours later, go into the kitchen to get water. Holy fuck, there's a live bee in the sink. Spray it with cleaner so it can't fly away and kill it. Can't go back to bed despite being insanely exhausted for fear there's a massive invasion of the suckers and I'll be stung to death in my sleep. It's November. It's cold where I live. There's fucking snow here. Why the fuck are there bees in my house? What's going on? I'm almost considering asking the animal board for help, but I don't know if that will work. When the other resident wakes up, I'm going to suggest an exterminator, but in the meantime, fuck.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more Greentext will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.